Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron Channel. I'm Steve Shaw. In this video, I'm going to give you the easiest way to build a brutal and sustainable muscle building program. Before I get into this topic, if you guys need coaching, check out the link down below. If you would like a custom workout there, only $39. Check out the link down below. All right, so the new year is coming up. New year, new you, right? 2026 is just around the corner, and we're going to spend the last couple of months out of this year getting a little bit fat, a little bit bulky, right? It's bulking season. But you're starting to think about 2026, and you want to maximize the muscle building process. You probably didn't have the best possible year in 2025. If you're like most of us, you want to improve a little bit. You want to kick things up a notch, but you're not sure where to start. In this video, I'm going to give you a solid starting point, something I really want you to latch a hold of, this concept, this idea, and use it to make 2026 or the upcoming year, whenever you're watching this, the best possible year of muscle building. All right, so you're probably confused. You've probably just spent the last year looking at programs, switching between programs, obsessing about splits, obsessing about exercise choices, looking through all the influencer content, and you want to refine things a little bit. You want to simplify things a little bit. I want you to remember this because this is probably the easiest and best way to simplify the process. Now, I want you to set aside thinking about training frequency or training splits. Instead, we are going to focus on exercises. Here is what I want you to do, and this is a two-step process. I want you in the coming year of your training not to worry so much about your splits or your frequency or whatever, but I want you to pick 20 exercises that you are completely obsessed with. 20. It doesn't matter what the 20 are. Just get a piece of paper, your computer, your handy dandy little cell phone, and list out exercises that you absolutely love. Exercises you look forward to getting into the gym and crushing. Exercises that you look forward to. Exercises that you want in your program. Exercises that you want to get better at, that you want to use to build a lot of muscle, or maybe exercises you just want to get a lot stronger at. So during the coming week, I want you to spend some time with this. Don't rush. Get out your little handy dandy notebook and write down all the exercises that you really want to attack during the coming year. Now, 20 isn't magical. You could adjust. You could have more if you want. But if you think about it, 20 exercises, if you train 4 days a week, are about 5 exercises a day. This leaves you a little bit of wiggle room to work in some other stuff that you might not be as passionate about or that you might want to play around with, like some new exercises or some exercise variations. But having a core 20 headed into the new year is going to set you up for success because this is about 4 solid training days per week. Now, don't panic if you can only train 3 days a week or every other day or whatever. Let's just start with 20 quality exercises and you can adjust them based on your schedule. Now, I don't want you to worry how these exercises fit in as far as body parts. Let's stop thinking about body parts for a second. Let's start thinking on passion. Let's start thinking about exercises we are passionate about. I don't care if your program has 6 chest exercises. Just write down the exercises you are passionate about. Now, once you are done with that, once you put in the time, you've made your list, now I want you to start to move these exercises around on paper based on their primary areas of focus. Not body parts per se, but primary areas of focus. Now, obviously, the primary areas of focus on body parts are going to be about the same thing, but on things like the deadlift, it's kind of a unicorn lift. It's going to hit your traps, your upper back, it's going to hit your lower back, quads to a minor degree. So the primary area of focus for this lift. Now, when you're looking at programming, the 4 major areas of focus are back, chest, shoulders, and quads. That doesn't mean things like the glutes and the hamstrings are minor body parts. They are more minor areas of focus. You're going to get in a lot of direct hamstring work, just focusing on your quads and things like the deadlifts or Romanian deadlifts or whatever. So take your 20 exercises and start moving them to the primary areas of focus: the chest, the shoulders, the back, the quads, or the arms, like biceps, triceps, hamstrings, calves, whatever the case may be. Now you've taken your exercises and you've put each of them into one of these boxes. Now we are going to assess balance. Are there any areas that are unbalanced? Say you only have 2 shoulder exercises. Well, now we probably need to add in a third or a fourth. Say you have 6 quad exercises and you're a leg training freak. We might have to do some A-B variations, some A-B splits. So week 1, you might have to do leg press. Week 2, you might have to do hack squats. This A-B type of variation is a good way to work in your favorites and not have to overstuff every week if you're super passionate about a lot of exercises for one major body part. So analyze the balance relative to your goals. Maybe you are not a big leg training freak and you only have a couple exercises that you want to do for legs per week. That's okay. We won't judge you much. So analyze this balance, and now you can kind of fill in any holes. Maybe you have to add an exercise here for biceps, maybe an exercise here for hamstrings. Now you have your core group of exercises. Instead of focusing on programming, we're going to focus on these exercises, and as we move through the year, we can move these exercises around based on our schedule, based on the season or phase of our training. Let's say you start out the year with an upper posterior or torso limbs. You can kind of move these exercises to fit that type of schedule. Let's say you hit June and you want to try a body part split. You can now take the same core group of exercises and just disperse them a little bit differently. No matter what you are doing, no matter the split or the frequency that hits you during this particular season in the upcoming year, we are going to focus on these core group of exercises no matter what. This allows us not to panic if we have to change our split around, or if we want to tinker with splits, or if we want to tinker with programming. We still have the same group of exercises. Now, to accompany this, something very, very important. Having a core group of exercises is like having an engine and a frame for your car, but you still need gas. You need something, a power source, to move these lifts forward, and that is progressive overload or a progression approach for each of these exercises. So once you have these exercises in place, now we are going to pick a progression approach for each of these exercises that we enjoy. It doesn't matter. Maybe on squats, you want to do straight sets and just maximize the last set. Doesn't matter. You have a progression approach in the mix. Maybe on curls, you like maximizing every set or pushing every set to the limit using the rep goal. It doesn't matter, but remember, gasoline. You have a car, you have an engine, you have a transmission. These are your 20 core exercises. Now we need fuel. Now we need that explosive spark. Pick a progression approach you like, that you are passionate about when it comes to this specific exercise, and that is your fuel in the coming year. Now, if you get halfway through the year and you don't like that progression opportunity, you don't like that progression approach, just simply change it. As long as you have a progression approach that you like, that you are passionate about for that exercise, you are in a perfect position. So this is it, super simplified. We're going to focus on a core group of exercises. Start with about 20. You can adjust down to 15 if you can only train 3 days a week. You can move it up to 22 if you want. It doesn't matter. The number doesn't matter. Take these exercises, define a progression approach, and instead of obsessing about programming, splits, frequency, whatever, attack these exercises and this progression approach in the coming year. One final note, and this has to be said, we are not just seeking strength for the sake of seeking strength. We are doing so in the lane of hard training. We are going into the gym, trying to get the most we can out of every set, out of every exercise, and this will naturally force progression or push progression. If you guys want more information on some common massive iron progression approaches, please check out this video. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.